G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat. This won't be my Knackers Yard. This will be me on Ivan, the ER6, on a first trial. So, first time using it for kind of what it's for, i.e. the commute. First time I've used or tried using the grips on this as well. Let's give them a go, shall we? It's a good start. Stuck behind the bin lorry. You see the booming speed. Right, so what have I been up to then? I have, you can see a lot more black on the bike rather than green. I have got rid of that green. Thanks for your valued suggestions. For fuck's sake. Road's closed again. Yeah, it's not so much that I was messing you about, but I literally had no black. I took them off with all the intentions to paint them black. I couldn't find any. I did stumble across that really quite nasty, supposedly Kawasaki green 777. I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go, see how it looks. And the simple answer to how it looked was pretty fucking awful, frankly. What are you doing? So I got some black. The other most popular the other most popular suggestion from the vast majority of people was that the green stickers on it look ropey, which contributes to the green stickers look ropey. Why on earth did you put green on it now to match the green ropey stickers? They're coming off. I completely agree. So they're going to come off, so we'll strip it back to get it about as normal as we can. Normal being a very broad church. There's my bus stop. For anybody concerned, the bike is now taxed. I've got through is it Tempshire? Yeah, through Tempshire I've got a day's worth of insurance, which is about 30 quid, which is money that I don't really want to spend, but excuse me, rather than go through the whole arsake of changing over my insurance on blue to this is a tester to see whether or not we get on. So I'm riding nice and legally. Oh, he's a nippy little bugger. So he's all sorted. I've also sorted out the tail. Close my lid, you might be able to hear me better over this loud boy. I've sorted out the tail, the tail, no, it's not a tail tidy, the tail. It's back on its original indicators. Oh, that's got some low down grunt. The guy did say about swapping out the front sprocket. Yeah, so I'll chuck some pictures up as I'm talking crap, but when I took the number plate off I realised how cracked and knackered it was. The guy, when he was selling it, did say that it had taken it had knocked off its stand by somebody coming out the car park, and the back had borne the brunt of it. It was a bit cracked and a bit thumped, So I did look at tail tidies. I did find it quite difficult to find. Oh no, not difficult. Trying to find them. The tail tidies for ER6s seem to change over years. So getting the right one for the right year, etc., etc., is actually pretty difficult. And actually quite expensive, I think. So getting them so they match the mounting points on the bike was I think trickier than it should be. They have changed how they mount on over the years, and I wasn't convinced I was going to order the right one. So in the end, I took off the one that I had, and basically trimmed it to match, I suppose, as much as anything else. And like I say, I'll put pictures up. But trimmed it to match both sides. My bulbs arrived, sorted them out. Oh, it's a bit claustrophobic with the lid down. Yeah, sorted those out, put them on. Job is a fish. All good in the hood. So the backs are working. I think the flash rate is better, but I must admit I haven't really checked. I'll have a proper check later. The flash check was better when it was stationary and not running, but as we saw before, it did tend to flash faster. Still think they're a little bit fast, but I'll have a look. They're now bigger at the back, so they are easier to see. Swirly round the corner there. Yeah, so they are easier to see, they're more visible, which, as this bike is being used as a commute machine, is probably the most important thing. What else is going on? I was going to bring up something else then as well. Oh, forks, that's what I was going to do. They're straight. Now I've had a look at the original video, the original upload, where people were saying, well, I say people, a couple of people said, no, look at all the thing. One subscriber, adamant so, and it's the difference between how you put your point across on YouTube, I think. You know, a couple of people going, nah, you know, might want to check out them forks. You know, the video makes them look bent. A couple of people doing those forks are bent! Exclamation mark. I'm flabbergasted as how people be quite so sure from what they see on a screen. Watch Craig Jones in the doghouse. He says it a few times. Says this just it's not coming across on screen, but this is like this is like that. I have checked. I've done a laser. Oh crikey, a laser level. And then the best suggestion one of you guys come up with is saying that loosen them up on the stanchions, give them a spin. If you can turn them through 360 degrees, they're straight. I hadn't thought of that. Obviously, you know, they're going to come off at some point because I am going to service the forks, but I'm not in a rush to do that. But just loosening off the stanchions and doing that was nice and simple, so I did exactly that. I don't know if I've still got the video, if I deleted it, but I did upload it as a short. If I've still got it, I'll stick it in the corner or something, because I know not a lot of people don't really do shorts. I'm not a big fan of watching shorts, to be honest, either. Yeah, so it's straight. I get it. I do. You know, cameras do funny things. They're not a human eye. In a similar way to microphones and speakers do funny things, because they're not human elements either. Getting a little bit technical, it's kind of why your voice always sounds slightly strange on a telephone, because a telephone concentrates on the frequency ranges, and I'm not going to give you what they are because I don't know. I used to for some reason. Telephone concentrates on the frequency ranges, the minimum frequency ranges that are required to get your voice across and to make your voice discernible and distinguishable, but not accurate, and certainly they used to. They've obviously got better, which is why sometimes you don't recognise people's voices so well on a phone, because you're not getting their full voice, you're just getting a snippet of it. It's exactly the same with audio. With video audio, you don't get the full range. particularly not on things like a mobile phone microphone. Cameras are much the same. Cameras are not the full picture. They are pretty good and getting better over the years, but they're not perfect. So what am I saying? They're not great. They're not great. Right, that'll do me. I'm going to have a bit of fun on Ivan now I've kind of caught you up. I might drop you in for bits of the journey. I think, frankly, I'll probably speak to you more on the way back, because obviously on the way back I'll be in central London. But more importantly, I'll have a better view, a better idea of how this thing is in traffic, because at the moment I'm not really in that heavier traffic. Well, comparative. Check out central London shortly. Right, that'll do me for now, and I'll drop you back in later. Whew. Right, and there we go, on the way home. If I sound a little bit out of breath, it's because I am. I've just been trying to bump start this for about 20 minutes. Battery was totally fucking dead. Now I think the Oxford heated grips with intelligent heat control aren't quite as intelligent as you might think, because I'd left them on and they hadn't turned off. So I had a little blue light, but that's about the only light that I had. Now I know how to bump start bikes, but I am fucking useless at it. I really am. But I was doing it, managed 4 or 5 laps up and down outside work, and then a really nice dude come up and said, can you get to your battery, because I've got a jump starter. And it turns out he's got a Harley that doesn't like the cold. I've never been so fucking grateful for a Harley in my life. So yeah, on straight off. Job's a good one. And now got to get home without stopping the bike, because I think if I stop it I'm not sure if it's going to start. What I am going to do though is check the voltage when I get back and see whether or not it is charging. I mean, I do have that new stator to put on if need be. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I try not to let it detract from what a brilliant little city bike this is. We're on green. Everybody sat there looking at each other. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to show or how I'm going to edit this, but I'll show some bits from the ride. But you know, in the burbs this thing's great. It's noisy, it's comfy, skinny. Get it in a city and it just comes into its own. It just finds little gaps. It doesn't, obviously you do, but you know, the gaps that it can sneak through are fairly incredible. I have come to the very definite conclusion though that I need a new flasher relay. I find it really odd because it had the same issue when it had LEDs on the back, but I think now I'm back to all of the original indicators. I need an original flasher relay. Quite sure what's going on here. It's just one way now. Everyone seems to be doing it. Yeah, I've had the battery off. I did think twice this morning and I chucked in my little lithium one, but I couldn't get it to fit. It wasn't playing, hence my clock is very wrong. very nearly faced with the train of shame. Come on, what's happening? Buses trying to pull out now as well. Fucking carnage at London, sometimes London. Right, slightly freer roads. Let's get back onto Ivan. For fuck's sake. Is it just like everyone's trying to piss me off today? I'm going to indicate they are, I'll just guess that you're pulling in, shall I? I'm already committed there, bus. There's no way I was going to let you pull out. Yeah, let's try that again. ER6. Fucking brilliant in the city. It's a great town bike. It does feel light. I don't want to say skittish, because that will inevitably sound like a particularly bad thing. But when you're considering it to a CVF 1000 that is very heavy and therefore grounded, it does feel light and slightly skittish. So what just makes it a little bit more exciting. On the excitement, it's an ER6. It's a fairly bog standard bike. It's not. It's, you know, first bike for many, or learner bike for many as well. Actually, you know, you don't often feel like your hairs are light, but you know, with an average speed, a commuter speed of 20 mile an hour maximum, you'll get used to the 20 mile an hour really quickly. Slightly taking the piss there. Now I do know that you're turning left, so I'm just going to pull past you. Yeah, thinking about using it for something like this is great. I'm just slicing in and out of stuff without being stupid, because, you know, I'm an idiot, but I'm not a complete idiot. And it's brilliant for it. I mean, to be honest, at the speeds that you do through central London, you're probably better off on a 125. But what a 125 doesn't have is enough stones to get you out of the shit when you put yourself in it, or when somebody else puts you in it. So, you know, something like this is pretty much ideal. Yeah, that little 125 is probably perfect. I'm not sure if I got my camera onto it. You know, that sort of thing is just about perfect for bombing around a city like this, but it doesn't have the stones to get you out of the crap like something of this size. And it's not, it's been a while since I've been on a 125, so I need to be slightly cautious here. It's not that much heavier. This is quite light. The only thing is the seat's quite slippy. I might have to find a way of sorting it out. I keep rolling forward. No. I do like this exhaust for noise. Certainly tells tourists off. Don't be stupid. Does make me feel a little bit like Royal Jordanian though, which I'm not a massive fan of. It's funny, but if your entire purpose of riding a bike is to rev on people to scare them, then I think you're missing the point. That said, it doesn't mean it doesn't have to be a happy coincidence when it does happen, because it is fun. Yeah, so So what, when I get back I will check the voltage on the bike. But I think it was the heated grips that were the culprit, because I still had the little blue flashy light. Obnoxious noise. But it's good for what it's for. Do you think I'm bad being on a bike in a cycle box? There's a fucking Merc in it as well. All these things are relative. Copper was on his phone, I think. I'll have to check that. Home, back in the yard. $13 volts on the battery. Is that the old one or is that the old? That's the old one, that's the newer one that I had on charge. So I'll leave that till the morning and see what that says, but I am blaming the Oxford grips. Intelligent my arse. Ta-da.